Hello everybody, and welcome to this episode of Fallout 4, Cryolator only. This episode is sped up by 2 times, with some sections sped up 4 times, just to make long swimming sections and running sections a little quicker. So, the aim of this episode is to head all the way out to Spectacle Island in order to get the luck bobblehead, which will allow me to get the Idiot Savant perk. So right near here I'm just going through, collecting some items. I've already been through the first few houses. Over here I talked to Codsworth. Just...
Mr. Guy!
Thanks for trying, Codsworth. Thanks for your help, Codsworth.
Good luck, sir.
Sure.
I shall remain here and secure the home.
Fleet. So yeah, there's like a few caps. Also, like a novice safe there.
Yes.
So yeah, basically I was originally planning on doing this episode using audio that I recorded while recording this episode, rather than doing full post commentary. But upon reviewing that, it turned out to be very disorienting to listen to me talking about something that isn't going on at the time. So yeah, here it's in my best interest to get rid of these rad roaches, and so I can kite them towards Codsworth and he'll take care of them for me. So yeah, this is basically the a standard pacifist style beginning, where you get over here, you kite the red roaches towards Codsworth, you get Idiot Savant, or the luck bobblehead if you start with luck 4, and then you scrap all of Sanctuary, and then you use the wood and steel and grind that into more experience.
Be careful out there, sir. The communists about.
Sure, Codsworth. Right, so there's basically a few houses in here with like nuke crawler, food. So yeah, as this is just standard start of game stuff.
Got it.
I would probably talk about the perks that I have taken and plan to take. So, to start off with, the damage-based perks
Nice.
is mainly Heavy Gunner, which always boosts the damage of the Cryolator. But then there's the Demolition Expert perk, which boosts the damage only if you have the Crystallizing Barrel. And since that upgrade itself always boosts the damage anyway, it's still beneficial to get it. Well, to get the Crystallizing Barrel, that is. Other perks which will be useful is Lone Wanderer, just to have extra capacity for carrying junk items. Armorer and Science for doing up the power armor.
I need to assign someone to this.
Sure you do, buddy. Okay. I think this is the last of the items that I find in here. Yeah, I think so. Okay. So, another perk that I'll be taking just like the Bootstraps Billy character, is Cap Collector. Although this guy will take both Cap Collector 1 and Cap Collector 2 because he starts off with 5 charisma rather than 10. And early on-ish, after getting the Cryolator, I do plan on getting the Faster Bobblehead and some of the Junktown vendor magazines to increase his bartering ability. But for now, he'll just have okay bartering capacity. So here I'm just going to Red Rocket, clearing out some of the better items, building a bed just so that I can save here. Later on I build a water pump as well. And so this is a good save point to be between Sanctuary and other places like Concord and further on. But there's other beds like the mattress in the house to my left, the mattress in the house, oh no, I think it's a sleeping bag, but it's to the left of the Museum of Freedom. So here I'm just going through here, finding like Nuka-Cola, more food, chems, bottles. Yeah, see it, chems, bottles. Do I save here? Yes, I do. Okay. It's not Codsworth, Concord. Right, so here I know that I can't attack any of those guys. So I initially go around here. And I go around here to see if I can get the toolbox. But because the guy is around there, I decide that it's not worth it. So actually I head over here through this little park area, and my goal is to get to the, what's it called? The Speakeasy. And the Speakeasy contains a lot of useful items for me. Like for example, there's beer bottles for water, there's aluminium cans, there's some glue, but there's also 2 XL and 2 Day Tripper. And while I haven't used the XL yet, the Day Tripper will be used in this episode. Well, one of them. And I guess it was used in a place that's not very necessary. But, oh well. Yeah, so here's the Day Tripper. And then to the left side of this bed, you will find 2 XL. There's a booze. And so the booze will help with, like, carrying things sometimes. So I think that's everything. Do I go downstairs? I forget to go downstairs, I think. Oh well. So next port of call is to go... it's to go to this house over here. This has more chems, food. There's a safe and some other items upstairs along with caps. And a sleeping bag. And I pick up some armor over here. Now I don't think I remembered to pick up the armor from the guys who attacked Preston outside there. But that would have been a pretty good idea to do, just to get the extra leather. That way I will be able to craft pocketed and deep pocketed mods, allowing me to carry more items. And there will be a case in the next episode where not having extra carry capacity will it will bite me in the bottom, so to say. So right here.
Hey, up on the balcony. I've got a group of settlers inside. The raiders are almost through the door. Grab that laser musket and help us, please.
So that's the first level. I take Aqua Boy. And I take Aqua Boy so that I can swim from Diamond City around the bridge leading to Bunker Hill, around Boston Airport, around the castle, around Yangtze, and then to the Atom Cats. Oh, and here the raider nearly kills me. Yep. He nearly Molotov'd me. But I get far enough before he can do too much damage. Or any at all, really. So, here's trash and colour. Oh yeah, I also find a militia hat.
Hey.
So what's your story?
That
Looking to
gets
trade,
me
robbing,
charisma
or just
plus
ask directions
1.
to Diamond City.
Allowing me to barter
tell
a
you what.
little more
I
effectively.
got a few minutes to browse.
You break it? Yep.
So here we go, selling all my stuff, selling a few other items, like the tuxedo. I think I also sell my wedding rings as well. Yeah, see here I buy one leather arm, but I could have bought the rest and then scrapped them for leather. And then here I buy a single biometric scanner and what else? 2 microscopes. Yeah, there goes the wedding rings. Do I sell? Yeah, I think I buy some food and sell some ammo. So your microscopes and the biometric scanners will be used mainly for their fiber optics. That will allow me to get at least one of the mods for the Cryolator, the crystallizing barrel. And then over here is the order up quest.
Deal. Hand over the goods. You owe us.
I ain't
Whoa,
easy
easy
pushes
there.
anything.
And
Trouble.
here
My boy.
Looks like you got
it's
some trouble. I can help. Help.
most in my favor.
If I help. Thanks.
Oh, I was gonna pay you 100.
Yep,
I'll talk to
there you
him.
go.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, so it's best off
saw
in
you
my
that way, sorry.
favor to save
All right.
both rather than
You'll get your damn money.
attack
I better
one
not
or the
get
other.
my way again.
Fine by me, Trudy. Your son's broke as shit anyhow.
The next best outcome
If you're here to trade stuff,
is if Wolfgang
We get
is
paid,
the
now
only
we can
one to
shoot
die,
buddies. I'll take a look. Sure. You got need.
and then the worst outcome is if Trudy herself gets killed. Which is why, as much as possible, I try to keep Trudy alive.
We're open for business again. A little lighter.
So if
Sure,
I
take a
fail
look.
I'll sell
the speech check with Trudy, I end up defaulting to siding with her. I do buy the Sea Captain's hat, I believe. I think I'm trying to decide between the hard hats and the Sea Captain's hat. And yes, I do buy it, and I sell the hard hats. Okay. And this is more food, which I don't get any of. Another microscope. Do I And I think I do sell these. Yeah. Okay. The next destination, I think... What do I get here? I think... Yeah, I think Lone Wanderer. Yeah, so I get Lone Wanderer so that I can carry more and so I get slightly less damage from attacks. Here I just try for a perfectly preserved pie. Not once in my entire time of playing this game have I ever gotten the perfectly preserved pie. But here we go, I just put on all the stuff. So that's just leather armor to give a little bit of damage resistance while being pretty light as well. The army fatigues is to give +1 strength, which helps with carry capacity. And yeah, agility helps with running. The sea captain's hat gives me 2 endurance, which also helps with running, but also on top of that gives me more health. Right, so this is just the standard route that I take to reach, well, a standard route that I use to reach Diamond City. But because this character is, at the moment at least, weakish, what I do is I alternate between sneaking and then sprinting. But I'm not in enough danger to warrant doing the half sprint strategy where I sprint through half of my AP and then wait for it to refresh so that the other half of my AP is reserved for when somebody randomly comes along and attacks me. So at some point over here I come across super mutants and also a Mr. Gutsy. I think the Mr. Gutsy is to my left, but he hasn't seen me yet. So right over here, I'm going this way, I run past this, and then there's super mutants. So I run away. And then to make things worse, I go over here, and there's a Mr. Gutsy. So I run through here, and I sprint through here, and I just decide to jump into the river. Or actually, I don't just jump into the river, I actually jump onto the other side. But yeah, the Mr. Gutsy and the super mutants are fighting each other, but I jump onto this side of the river just so that neither of them shoot at me and get a lucky one-hit kill or something to that effect. And plus, this bank of the river tends to be very safe. It's not until I reach the road where there's a enemy spawn to my right that can often have dangerous enemies. But even then I can sneak on the left hand side of the road and avoid them. Right. So another perk that I take in this playthrough is I think intelligence is mainly, exclusively for science, so that I can do up the power armor. I don't use agility, but with luck, not only do I use it for Idiot Savant, but I also use it for Scrounger, and that basically lets me get ammo from containers.
I'm standing out in the open here for crying out
Now,
loud.
I got orders not to let you in, Miss Piper. I'm sorry. I'm just
so
doing my
just
job.
wait for this to...
Ooh, just doing your job. Protecting Diamond City means keeping me
Done?
out. Is that it? Oh, look, it's the scary reporter. Ooh.
I'm sorry, but Mayor McDonough's really steamed, Piper. Saying that article you wrote was all lies. The whole city's in a tizzy.
Ugh. You open this gate right now, Danny Sullivan. I live here. You can't just lock me out.
I just got here, but yeah.
Look how fast I'm mashing.
You gonna open the gate and let us in, or are you
Oh,
gonna
that's
talk
double
crazy
speed.
bird about losing out on all the supply?
Jeez, all right. Make it personal, Piper. Give me a minute.
Better head inside quickly before we get
Okay. So yeah, now I get Scrounger even though it doesn't affect spawns of cryocells. And that's because I can find other ammo like 50 caliber, 45 caliber, 44 caliber, that sort of thing, and that'll allow me to like get extra stuff.
One of those things.
Hey, you're the new guy, right?
So
Yeah, I'm the new guy.
Well, good to have you.
I
Sure,
barter with
take a look.
him.
Everything.
No, I don't.
That's just it, Johnny. You
Ah.
won't be able to kill them.
I get a speed check
You
of
need a
him
genuine-
for
My
XP.
son's been kidnapped.
Whoa, listen there. If the paper's right about the...
I'm not trying to get you in trouble.
Fine. I'll help you out. Head to the alley. And if you
There
smile...
you go.
I'll be careful.
Yeah. Just buy something next time.
Okay. Yeah, so I decide here what to do about what to do about the speed checks here. And I think for everybody, I attempt a yellow check and an orange check.
Something wrong?
Another spray coming in from the rain.
Mm-hmm. I know you must be busy.
You're right. I'm sorry.
And I
Don't
only
worry.
fail
Uh-huh.
the orange check
Hey, I'd love to help,
with
but this is...
Money. Huh.
Abbott,
Come on, this
the
is your
pink
boss.
guy.
Fine.
Mm-hmm. I'll find him. You have my word.
Thank you. Nick should be easy.
There you go. That's one more level. So what do I get? I get Scrounger maybe? Yes. Okay. Right. So I don't actually do... Well, I can't even do
What you done with the real Riley? Where's my
Unlikely
brother?
Valentine
Swear I'm not
until
a
I've
Sith.
got
Don't
the
shoot.
Cryolator
Takes
because
my
I need to kill
Put the gun down.
Dino
Now. He's a Sith. He'll kill us all.
in order to
Kyle,
actually
no!
complete that quest.
Okay, show's over. There are no Siths in Diamond City. Here.
Well, I guess it's not a case where I personally need to kill him, but
You're damn paranoid.
it's a case where he must be killed. Even if it's by something else like somebody who's pacified or somebody
Officer, I need you to step away, Scatter.
like
I
Travis.
understand, officer.
What, you didn't hear the shouting? That newspaper. Look.
So I just head into here, let them sort themselves out while I get some more XP.
Glad you dropped by. You holding up, Blue?
Uh-huh. Yeah, holding up.
Look, I'm just... So
Sure.
you do that?
All right, Piper. I'm in.
Good.
Right.
So-
My family and I were frozen. Yes. I'm over 200.
So-
Honestly, seeing everyone surviving now.
That. Now the big question.
My son, Sean.
The pair? Tell me.
Sure sounds like they might be.
Not even. For the last part of our interview, I'd like to do... What would...
No matter how much you want to give up,
A
don't.
strong note to... That's everything. Anyway, I agreed to come with you.
And so I just loot her house.
It's really seen better days, hasn't it?
Yeah, so I just mainly get the adhesive circuitry. The Nuka-Cola lets me get... What's his name? Nuka guy.
You just say the word.
I forget his name. I think... Yeah, I don't remember. But I leave here, and then I go around buying and selling, I think. Yes. Who do I go to? Oh, I go him for the quest,
Like you need a prescription.
actually.
Looking for a job. If you got one.
Yeah,
Right.
I hear some.
Sweeten the deal with some money.
All right. How about a...
Mm-hmm. Come on, make it.
You are one righteous...
There we go.
Mutated fern.
Cool.
Uh-huh.
So I give him the Nuka-Cola.
Doctor says I can't drink liquor no more. Cola. Need a Nuka-Cola.
Need a Nuka-Cola.
Sheffield.
Need a drink. Nuka-Cola.
Uh-huh. Here you go.
Oh, that's another level. So that gets me... Oh,
Here's a bar in the old deal.
yeah, so there I accidentally swing my fist, but it doesn't hit anybody, so it's fine. It doesn't matter. Here I turn in the blowfly gland.
Professor, I have a new theory about how the Oh no. Hi there. Are you here for today's
After last time.
Sure, sounds fun.
Yes. Now we all talk. You have X-rays.
Gamma rays?
That's right. Now gamma, but
Uh-huh. Yes, very.
that's what. Now it's
Sign me up.
you're gonna go out radioactive. So what do you say?
Uh-huh. I do a job.
Money. Oh,
We're talking hunting a giant mutated...
that would explain why some students.
I think I have something already.
That boy. Here's a little something.
Okay. Right, so next up is... Oh, okay, so I run there, that starts their conversation, and then I talk to Abbott, so that next time I return to Sheng,
Working hard.
he's
Don't touch
already
the bank.
finished
Don't worry, I won't.
with that
Good.
conversation, he's ready to give me his
Happy
quest.
to help out.
You see this? Hardware.
So
Only
he
to throw in some more
success,
money.
Fine. Pay you 100.
I think you can do better
and
than
then
that.
he
A good Samaritan does the work.
Paint retrieval.
fails,
I'm on it.
but that's fine.
Everybody.
the quest here that gives the most caps, aside from something like Diamond City Blues,
Hi there.
Hey there, purified water. You won't find it?
is
Sure, let's take a look.
Hey, everyone's got a drink.
Pint size?
Your water, right here.
Anything I can do to help out?
Ah,
Depends. What's this
out
first
in
thing?
the
drop some
field.
caps. Right, like,
Come on, my time's working.
150 then.
I'm on it.
Just don't drown. I'll
There
never.
you go. So I don't get that stuff yet. Okay.
Get my characters out you. All of them. This will be.
The super salon can give you black hair.
You read the paper?
Okay, so I just head into here. I think I start the Confidence Man stuff.
Vadim, I need to talk.
Just a minute, Yeti. I am in middle of story. So I am crossing river, wearing nothing but a smile. When out comes the most
no, I think I
dangerous
just
of all
saved.
sea monsters. In my alert. A minor there.
It's the next time I enter that it's when I start Confidence
What is
Man.
it?
You know what? Never mind. I'll handle it myself. Oh, a customer. Need a room?
So I get the
Yeah,
room from
Need a room
him.
too. Just
I save the here. And then I think this is when I start the swim to the place. Okay, it seems like I forgot to cat out this time when it's just me on nothing. So there'll have to be something I'll have to worry about, like, in post. So right now you are hearing nothing that I'm saying. Oop. Here we go. Okay.
Might be better than going to sleep every night wondering.
So right now I am actually watching. You know, just so you're aware, this isn't, the commentary isn't being recorded at the same time as the gameplay. It's just being, like, recorded later. And I just took the footage, made some edits, exported it, and I'm watching it back and recording commentary on it.
Thank you. It's like I can finally think straight.
Hey, Sheffield, what do you think about coming to work for me?
Really?
Yes.
You mean it?
Right. That's right.
So I send to Sanctuary Hills.
Okay.
And then Mo Cronin, I take a beer and a nuku and a day tripper, sorry. And that's because I want to get the red check here.
Swatters will win you again.
I'll take a look, sure.
Feel that heft.
I want to accidentally barter
Hey,
with him.
You to
but
pick up the
that's fine.
swatter, right?
Got any work?
Well, if you want
I
to
agree.
coach, you'll
There's
see what
yellow,
100 cap seems light.
I like your moxie.
orange,
Please, you want a whole store?
Look at that.
and
You're holding
red.
on me, Mo. Come on.
Oh, if only Ice Ice Julie could see it. You win.
A card, a mitt, and a ball. Got it.
I think.
Now, even though he says 200 caps each, when I returned those items to him, he actually gave me 300 caps each. So that's a little weird. But here I set this quest so that I see everything underwater. I don't need to worry about, like, breathing because I have Aqua Boy.
Purified water. Don't die of thirst out there in the Commonwealth.
So I have all this stuff, and then later on I think I drop some of these items. Yeah,
Look how clean the water is now.
Concur.
there you go. I don't need anything more from him. So here I just run off and
My girl.
head to the cats area. Now as I head there, I can start talk about this. Right, so now there's no game audio or game music or any audio from the game. And the reason why that is because with my editing software, whenever I speed up some footage by 4 times, for some reason the audio doesn't actually process properly. Like, it's sped up 4 times for some of it, and then for the other, like it alternates between between sped up and completely silent. So the times when there is game audio, it's sped up by 2 times, and then when there's no game audio, it's sped up 4 times. So here I just walk over here, get the location, and I start swimming. Okay. And then basically, if I were to speed this up to 8 times, then it would the video itself would also start skipping. So I get that location. I think I do visit Bunker Hill. I have a lot of bottles on me, so over here I turn them all into water bottles. And that's because this is the only water pump on the way. So this just ensures that I have enough water. So that there it looks quick, but that's because I cut out like 2 minutes of just non-stop water pumping. So that's the magic of editing. And off we go. This is like same thing as before. I sprint and then I wait for it to refresh and then I sprint again. But I'm being careful with the military area on my right, and then the super mutants area on my right over here. Here, what perk do I get here? Oh, I don't remember. But here I just swim up to the Yangtze. This just gives me a little bit of XP. Now here there be monsters quest I could do, but I would want to have the Cryolator and a good amount of actual damage protection before I go and do that. So here it's very foggy in game, but you know it's also a long swimmer. Any moment now the castle. Oh, I swim past the castle without even seeing it. Okay. And this is once again.
Top Cat has done it again.
Once again the back to 2 times. So here I just turn off the radio. I save. I talk to the person here after getting that. A fusion core, a magazine. That's to my right. Yep, right up here.
Yes.
Hey, Nosebleed, just where do you think you are? This is Atom Cat territory.
Cool name.
I'll go back to... Oh, I guess you don't...
Sure.
Yeah? Now, my girl Rowdy, she also trades in power...
Okay. So I talk to Rowdy over here.
Saw you over there, gabbing with Zeke. What's the story?
Here to help.
Tops? Once old?
I have what it takes.
We'll see. I've been putting off hauling myself over. This here, something was caught. I want you to...
No problem.
The work, folks. Oh, and she's the bird in charge.
Okay.
Hi.
You want to spiff up your power armor?
So here I just...
Let's see what you got.
Well, don't do any of that. Actually, I guess I just run all the way to here. I just try to jump over the fence here. It doesn't work. I try here. It doesn't work. Here it doesn't work. It's a solid fence, and then there's an opening, and then I just run through. Now, it would have been smart to head from Warwick Homestead over to Spectacle Island in order to get the what's it called? The luck bobblehead immediately. Oh, and here this is just the case of the Fallout 4 character having lube shoes. Because that's what I call it, lube shoes, when his feet are ridiculously slippery.
What? Did Jamie tell me?
Hi. I don't know what we're gonna do.
I thought I saw a toy rocket.
Want to pitch in?
I was trying to
Pick
get
some
it.
potatoes.
So he apparently has some Minuteman quest.
Won't see my only son wind up with my worst belly.
Don't think I've seen you around here before.
I was trying to get
Yeah, it's my first time here. In that case, well, no. I might not look the most fur. No wonder your crops are... Yeah, I have to admit. We felons used to be, so we were no man's head. I'm sorry. That sounds like the nightmares of super mutants. So I know it's a lot to ask.
Okay.
Oh, thank...
But instead I just do this and then I talk to the person and then I run all the way to back rather than running to the luck bobblehead.
Everyone needs to be sick at home. I was scared.
I saw you working in the pump shed over there. Are you with the Atom Cats?
Correct, Daddy.
You guys ever... So was that...
Sure. Yep.
Should be all fit.
You guys are great. Maybe someday.
So there's 5 Milo cakes.
And please.
I knew you would help us.
But since I have Aqua Boy, I won't need them anymore.
Thanks for agreeing to help.
I expect you will start.
So there's those items. And then I basically run all the way back. Oh, after doing some cooking. There you go. Okay. So here I swim to the Atom Cats. And then they get attacked by gunners. But you don't actually have to attack any of the gunners yourself. You can actually just hide away and then it passes the quest automatically anyway. Doesn't even matter at all. So, yeah, I just turn in the quest. And then they're like, gunners! Oh, I'll also save, just in case they end up killing me. Which they nearly do.
Excuse me.
All done.
Yep. Here.
That was just a
That place.
Right. June sensor thing.
Ooh, that June.
Just so you know, I
Gunners coming in
So we have
hot,
to
so I run up here.
Gunners coming in hot. Gunners. Okay. Atom Cats, let's stop.
Hey.
Have it, George.
And so the gunfight is going on while I'm just hiding here, hoping that I don't get spotted and nuked or killed or whatever. And then sometime a little later, the... what's it called? The Assaultron. Yeah, like that big beam of light from the Assaultron. Oh, it's like over here. In a moment now. A moment. Yeah. And it like it like shoots my right and then immediately turns its head towards me, and in doing so nearly nukes me, like nearly melts me. So rather than wait there and risk getting killed, I just hide over here, and it works out just as well. You know, I'm just waiting for them to slowly whittle down the gunners. And even if the gunners are really powerful, it wouldn't matter that much because the most of the Atom Cats themselves are marked, well, probably marked as like not top level essential because you can kill them yourself, but they're marked as like a mid-level essential, basically. And that's all of them. So I just... do I turn in the quest first? Yes, I do.
Excuse me.
Gunners. Those wet rags keep trying to get their mitts on our suits. It's you, Jen? Because of you.
It was no big deal.
No.
Sure.
You.
There you go.
And, you know, finally.
So I just then go through here. I loot everything off everybody. Well, most things off everybody. And then I... you know, also peepers. I even head over to this rowboat, thinking that there's somebody near here. But there isn't. The rowboat itself has like barely anything of use, like another sea captain's hat, canned dog food, you know, just average stuff. Right, so there's like a few more gunners around here, I think. Yeah, there's the Assaultron with some useful components. I turn that off. More stuff. And I don't think I find any more items from the dead gunners. So I just take all my resources and sell them to this to Rowdy. But here I try to see if any of them is worth swapping over. Okay, here we go. Talk to Rowdy.
What's buzzing, cousin? Here for an Atom Cats?
So I
see what
sell
you
all
have.
those weapons. I sell the sea captain's hat and the Z clothing. I think I just end up buying a single fusion core to offset also the junk. Yeah, a single fusion core. And then the ammo. And I think that's everything. Oh, and some of these items as well, like Nuka-Cola, I think. Yes. Yeah, because I hardly ever use Nuka-Cola. There you go, save here. And then this is back to 4 times, and it'll be back to 4 times for the rest of the episode. So I just swim through here. It's just a long swim. And then I think on the way back from one of the locations I end up getting up to level 6. Yeah, so I just swim this way. I wonder where I get level 6 from. Maybe from discovering this location. Let's see. Oh, I don't think it... Oh no, I just had level 6 anyway. I think yeah, I did decide to pick up the Fat Man. And I sell it on the way back to Trudy, I think. And I just swim this way and... Yes, I have 1 level up and I just use that level up on the way back to the castle. And that area there is lit up, but it looks for a moment like somebody on that little place there was shooting. Like that they were shooting at the here I get Idiot Savants. But it looks like they were shooting at somebody on the Spectacle Island. But I didn't end up seeing anybody on there at all. So I moved the location to Bunker Hill, but I ended up saving on the sleeping bag next to the bridge. Okay. So yeah, just normal swim back. This is the first major setup thing that needs to be done for the before I get the Cryolator. The other thing being reaching level 18 so that I can obtain the Locksmith 3 perk. And then once I have that, I'll be able to do a single episode where I do what's the thing? So where I do Road to Freedom, Quest of Freedom, When Freedom Calls, that quest, where you go through the Museum of Freedom and then rescue Preston. So that's basically some easy early game XP, and it also gives me access to the Perception Bobblehead, which I can only get by I guess I could get it by climbing to that door, like to that balcony that Preston shoots people off of. But regardless, I just go through here. And basically the Perception Bobblehead is necessary to get the Demolition Expert perk, because right now I have Perception 4. And it wouldn't have been possible to do Perception, starting with Perception 3 and then getting Perception 4 via the Bobblehead, because the people in the Museum of Freedom need to be killed before I can get to the Bobblehead itself. And then once I have the Cryolator, and I've also done that quest for Preston, I'll then be doing a few of Preston's quests just to get to level 19. That will allow me to do that'll allow me to take Science 1, because having gotten the Cryolator, I'll also be able to complete the what's it called? The museum. So, no, the Boston Library. That's it. Yeah, so by completing Boston Library, I get the intelligence bobblehead. So my int goes up to 6. Then I can get science, and then I can go and get the power armor, and then do up the power armor nearby to Preston to a quite high degree. So yeah, I am about to run all the way back to Sanctuary. So before I get there, thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you in the next episode, where I will scrap all of Sanctuary and Red Rocket. And yeah, so that's all that.